When the only constant in life is change, you need to be ready. This is the Man-Made Survival Show.
Hello everybody, my name is Jose Pro Man-Made Survival, and thank you so much for coming back to the channel and watching this video. Thank you everybody that has commented, everybody that has liked the video, everybody that has shared it, everybody that has subscribed. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. I really do. Alright, and what we're going to talk about today is how things are getting from bad to worse in China. And even though it's unfortunate that it's happening in China, we can learn a lot from it, okay? And especially because it's real time. We're watching a disaster that is getting extremely big in real time. We're seeing how the government is reacting. We're seeing how the people are reacting. We see the fights, how the food is running off the shelves as quick as it could possibly be. We're seeing how quarantines are happening. So right now, as far as disaster-wise and studying it, this is a perfect time. It's very unfortunate, like I said, but in a survival world, this is something that we can see up close. We have the information in seconds right at our fingertips, and we can learn from it. All right? So let's get into this. Right now I have the updated numbers, which are crazy, of the people who are infected, officially infected and officially dead. The number infected or confirmed infected is 42,728. That's a big number, but in reality they believe it's a lot higher than that. And the total number of dead is 1,013. That's the official number. And it has jumped a lot, especially during the weekend. All right. Excuse me. So let's see. I have a headline. I have a couple of headlines which are incredible. It's going to just blow your mind. Does this satellite image show the scale of China's coronavirus cremations? Sulfur dioxide emissions, which are produced when bodies are burned, reach alarming levels in Wuhan. This from the Daily Mail. All right, and I'm going to show that picture right now. All right, now that's insane. As the map shows, okay, there's a big concentration of gases right above Wuhan, and it's not. They're saying it's not just bodies that does that. It's the equipment that they burn too. Not the equipment, but the medical waste, all that stuff that they be using. Okay, and you have to burn it because that's one way to kill the virus, because you've been touching people, But anyway, it's just, can you fathom? So the reports of people, of crematories burning people, around the clock, over 100 bodies in each day. It gives it more credibility because of this just one satellite image that you just saw. So, let's move on to the next one. Immediately after Beijing quarantine, now Shanghai lockdown in response to shocking spread of the Wuhan coronavirus pandemic. This from Natural News. That headline is. All right. Now, 400 million people are under quarantine in China. And you thinking it's like, oh man, that sucks for them. But what some people are failing to really realize and come to the head is that's the entire population of the United States, and then some. The entire population of the United States is under quarantine right now in China. So if you ever doubted that they couldn't do it, China is doing it at this very moment. That's why I said this pandemic, this is what's going on right now, is a very good lesson for us to learn. For the people who thought, this it's just too many people, you can just do it. China's doing it. I mean, they're horribly doing it, but they're doing it. The point I'm trying to get across is, it is possible. Now, the United States is a lot more organized than China is. So I'm betting that the United States government could probably pull it off a lot better, maybe a little smoother than China. That's just my guess. That's my personal opinion. But the point is that it is happening right now, real time. You are seeing it live. I just hope you understand what's going on. With more than 1 million Chinese living in Africa and no strict control on airport, the dark continent is where the coronavirus outbreak will totally explode out of control, as health workers warn that they are definitely not ready to face any pandemic. This from strangesounds.org. An estimated 1 million Chinese now live there in Africa, in the continent of Africa. There are no strict controls at airports, and some health workers on the ground warn that they are not ready to handle an outbreak in Africa, which is home of 1.2 billion people and some of the world's weakest systems for detecting and treating disease. At a Chinese-run hospital in Zambia, some employees watch as people who recently returned from China showed up with coughs but are not placed in isolation. Hundreds of workers travel between Zambia and China in recent weeks. And here's a quote from somebody her name is Fundi Sinkala. She's a psychotherapist. Oh, psychotherapist. I'm sorry, I don't know I killed it. But anyways, here's a quote. We're definitely not prepared. If we had a couple of cases, it would spread very quickly. We're doing the best we can with what the resources we have. Africa is home to 1.2 billion people and some of the world's weakest systems for detecting and treating disease, as I mentioned above already. But anyways, the point is that it's 1.2 billion people. That's a lot of people. And we know Africa has always been known to have diseases that spread. For example, very recently, back in 2013, 14, it was Ebola. We had the Ebola scare. I think that is what it was. But the point is that as far as I've learned, is that they still have the Ebola over there in Africa. They haven't gotten rid of it. So they're still living with it. And then now add this on the list, aside from all the other diseases that so unfortunately hit the continent constantly. But there's good news. A tweet from Director General of the World Health Organization, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. I mean, I know I killed that name. I'm sorry. He tweeted, okay, and this is what he tweeted. WHO is not alone. We are mobilizing full power of the United Nations at UN system and bringing together partners to support countries respond to the hashtag 2019 novel coronavirus outbreak. No one country or organization can stop this outbreak alone. Our best hope and our only hope is to work together. So now the UN is involved, or they're about to be, because this is a lot bigger. Like I've been saying all along, if this wasn't as serious as they're trying to say it's not, they wouldn't behave this way. And I'm gonna give you more examples here in a minute of why it's just a thought in my mind that just says this is worse than they're letting us know. Okay. Now I'm gonna bring up that something that has been passed, or that was an act that came into law, years back, and it's called the Model State Emergency Health Powers Act, which is a public health act originally drafted by the Center of Disease Control and Prevention to aid the United States legislature in revising the public health laws to control epidemics and response to bioterrorism. But when you get into it, pretty much what they were calling in Hong Kong as measures to control the virus is pretty much what this is. which is a draconian measures that will give the state the power, unlimited power that they want. And we know how it is. I mean, it's not the first bill that we have. I don't have to tell you guys. But the point is that very quietly, it seems that they are starting to implement those things. And what some of the few things that this act says is that they have the authority to vaccinate you even if you don't want to. They have the authority of confiscating your land because, you know, they need it. The governor or, you know, people in government, they get emergency powers, kind of like the president. So the point is that this can get bad very quickly here in the United States. And the fact that the United States Army and the Pentagon are acting this way and they're starting to set up certain ways is that they either know it's here or that they know it's coming and they can stop it. Here's the headline. Military preparing quarantine centers for coronavirus patients in U.S., Pentagon says. This from MiamiHerald.com. 11 bases, military bases near major airports in the United States are setting up quarantine centers for possible coronavirus patients, the Department of Defense said, you know, just in case. Which is kind of crazy because I thought that we didn't have nothing to worry about here, that they had banned travel, they had taken all the other measures, but I guess it's just taking a step further. The new quarantine centers are JB Pearl Harbor, Hickam in Hawaii, Great Lakes Training Center Navy Base in Illinois, Navy Air Station Joint Reserve Base in Texas, March ARB, California, Travis AFB, California, Dobbins RAB, Georgia, in Atlanta, Fort Hamilton in New York, Naval Base Kitsap in Washington, Joint Base Anacostia in Washington, D.C., Joint Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst in New Jersey, Fort Custer Training Center in Michigan. All right, so the fact that they have put 11 bases in these areas tells me that more than likely that's where they know they have cases. They just haven't reported it yet. That's just my feeling. I don't know about you. If any of these are close to you, you better get ready. And you better get ready soon. I'm not telling you to panic. That is not what I'm telling you. But I'm saying, you're seeing the sign, the stop sign. You know, the one that warns you with the yellow triangle with a little stop sign on the inside. That's the sign that says there's a stop sign up ahead. This right here, this is the sign telling you that something could go down. Something is coming on the road and you better be ready for it. Just like you gotta be ready to stop at the stop sign ahead, you gotta be ready for when this hits. I'm hoping it don't hit here because we see how bad it is, but all the other reports that are coming out say it's otherwise. Okay, they're saying that 15 to 17%. What's it? 15-70% of people are dying that get the coronavirus. That's a big number. Excuse me. So it's time now to get serious with this before you can't. Even if you get serious, you can't, because things will run out or we'll have the grip of the government, you know, around our necks. You can't leave your house or they come drag you out too, like we saw in China. If you haven't seen the video titled Martial Law or Medical Martial Law, I would suggest you go watch it, because it shows what China is doing. And the act that I just read, the Model State Emergency Health Powers Act, they can essentially do the same thing here, just with that act. And they would be legally able to. So there would be no suing, there would be no fighting about it, no discussion. It was just do it. And they have, you know, dictatorial powers with that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. Thanks again for coming and getting information. Please like the video, share with your friends, leave a comment and I'll answer it. But anyways, like we say here in Man Survival, be ready, always ready. Just do whatever you can to be ready. All right? Because things are getting serious and now you need to get serious.
The Man-Made Survival Show.